President Bola Ahmed Tinubu a few days ago decided that he will be recalling all policemen that are attached to VIPs or very important personalities. These very important personalities are usually politicians, from the local government chairman to members of state houses of assemblies, to members of the National Assembly, and then to the judges and directors or any senior person who is able to get access to the police. As well, the policemen are also drafted to oil companies and big businesses that require protection. And as well, you will always see policemen going about with foreign businessmen, the Chinese, the Indians or Europeans and other people who are doing private businesses in Nigeria. What does this portend for the country? Does it mean that finally the president has come to terms with the problems that Nigerian security men are facing or Nigeria is facing? This is the other side. My name is Rimamnde Shawulu. Please, if you have not yet subscribed to our channel, we urge you to just click on the subscribe button, and as well, you may want to click on the like button so that you can share our video with other people. A press statement published on the website of the State House, that is the official website of the presidency, said President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has ordered the withdrawal of police officers currently providing security for very important persons in the country. Henceforth, police authorities will deploy them to concentrate on their core duties. And the report goes on to say that additionally, President Tinubu has approved the recruitment of 30,000 additional police officers. The fact of the matter is that, as it is well known and publicly available for anyone to check, the Nigerian security has several challenges. And the major challenge that the security agencies in Nigeria have is that the ratio of security personnel to the population of Nigeria is too low for the population of the country, first of all, and for a country that is facing the types of security challenges that are facing Nigeria today. If we take a look at some countries that compare with Nigeria in terms of population, Indonesia, for instance, with a population of 279, Pakistan with a population of 241 million, Brazil a population of 300, and Bangladesh a population of 175 million people. Nigeria, according to several sources, including the Wikipedia, as at 2021, claims that we have 371,800 policemen in Nigeria. This makes a ratio of police to 100,000 people to 164, meaning that for every 100,000 people, we have only 164 policemen. If you also look at Indonesia, with a population of 279 million, has police population of 440,000, and that comes up to 158 policemen for every 100,000 Indonesians. Pakistan has 241 million population with 530,000 policemen. Brazil has 203 million with 480,000 policemen. Bangladesh has 170 million people with police population of 220,000. If we look at these countries, we discover that it is only Indonesia that falls below Nigeria, but Indonesia does not have the type of security challenges that Nigeria has today. And so you could say that Nigeria's police per capita ratio or level is very low among its peers, except, of course, like I said, Indonesia. If you go to the military also, receiving words of different sources, including macro trends and ISIS, World Bank series project that Nigerian military has a population of 223,000 for a population of 226 people, meaning that for every 100,000 people, you have 99 military officers. Indonesia has 404,000 active soldiers. Pakistan has 943,000 military officers. Bangladesh has 204,000 active military officers. Mexico, with a population of 129 million people, has 220,000 active military officers. Philippines, with 117 million people, has 143,000 army officers. And Ethiopia, with a population of 126,000, has 162,000 policemen. All these are publicly available data on the World Bank website or on Wikipedia and other websites that monitor security data around the world. And the key point, of course, is that Nigerian military footprint is very low and is too low for the large population that we have, especially that we have the type of multidimensional security challenges that are facing Nigeria, from the western part of Nigeria to the southeast, the Niger Delta, and then the middle belt, the northeast with Boko Haram, and the northwest with bandits, the Lakurawas, and other associated terrorist organizations. Well, in the last 20 years, not much has happened as far as recruitment into the Nigerian military or police is concerned. The recruitment into both the police and the military is slow, always tied down by lack of resources. And of course, the president said that he will recruit 30,000 more policemen. But of course, this is too small, too little, and will not be effective as far as the security situation in Nigeria is concerned. So the bottom line is that Nigeria is underserved by the police compared to population of its peers. And of course, people believe, and the president may have been led to believe, that we don't have enough policemen on the streets because of VIP protection. And it is thought that as of today, according to some newspapers, up to 100,000 policemen out of the 300,000 policemen are serving VIP roles, that is protecting VIPs. Of course, we have not brought out the numbers of policemen that have been traditionally posted to guide oil installations in the Niger Delta. So if you look at all this, you will see that it is true that we require more policemen and more soldiers. There have been some debates in some security cycles that the issue is not about the number of policemen or the number of security men that are available to be used. Well, I have always begged to disagree with that view, because there is need for us to have more policemen on the streets of Nigeria. But I do think differently about having what people call state police. And my principal reason is not just the fear that the state policemen could be misused by governors, the way governors have misused the electoral system at the local government levels, to the extent that in almost no state in the country are local government elections conducted. What simply happens is that once a party is in power, the party writes out the results, and all the local government chairmen belong to the ruling party in the state, even if the members of the state House of Assemblies, the senators in the area, the House of Reps members, and are not from the ruling party. And even if that in that local government, the party that won the presidential election is not ruling in the state, the local government will be ruled as an appendage of the party in the state. And of course, one of the major problems that has given rise to the current situation is the absence or the destruction of the local government structure in the state, because local governments are supposed to be the first basis for security, for information management. But all these infrastructures have been destroyed by state governors with the connivance of the federal government, and even the lame efforts by the president to revive the local government councils by going to the Supreme Court to get judgment that the resources of the local government should be paid directly to them has not yielded any efforts. Up to date, the state governor still commandeered the funds that are available for the local governments. Local governments don't hold security meetings. Local governments don't have money. Local government secretariats, at least in several of the states of northern Nigeria that have been to, have been under lock and key. They are overgrown with weeds, and hardly anybody goes there. When salaries are due, chairman will go back to the local government areas to pay salaries. But these days, governors have commandeered even the process of paying the staff of the local government council. So local government chairmen, sometimes for as long as 2 months or 3 months, do not even visit their local government areas. The second point that I want to make is that there is need for the president to deconstruct the police. This can be done through constitutional amendments. We inherited a police system from the United Kingdom that created the office of an inspector general of police who commands all the policemen in the country. That no longer applies even in the UK. What applies now is that you have specialized police forces performing different roles, and the roles that they perform are so different, and they are under so many different authorities that you do not have a situation, as has been reported of late, that when policemen or soldiers are about to take some actions, they get phone calls from Abuja that make them to withdraw. What do I mean? There is need to create independent police departments that report independently to the government and not through the Inspector General of Police. Because having one man, however intelligent, however strong he is, commanding traffic police, commanding and counter-terrorism, financial crime, and doing all those other activities makes the police to perform very badly. And also creates a situation where policemen do not stay on their beat. You see a traffic policeman going to arrest people over things that he has no authority over. So what the president needs to do is not to stop the protection of VIP, but to create a department of VIP protection that people, companies, especially the oil companies, and individuals, businessmen, or even the foreigners, the Chinese and all the people that come into the country and take policemen, mobile police to move about with them, should go to the VIP police, get people from there and pay for those services. And then those VIP police that will not do traffic work, they will not be involved in investigating crime, they will not be involved in performing duties that other police officers will be performing. In that way, the VIP police becomes self-sufficient, gets its money, and is allowed to carry certain weapon types such that they can, and difference in uniform, so that they cannot be involved in anything other than VIP protection and or performing those duties only in the places that they have been sent to go to. The third point I want to make is it will be important for the president to note that the Nigerian police, the Nigerian army, the Navy, and the Air Force have too few personnel. As at today, for the nature of the security challenges that we have, Nigeria is supposed to have a minimum of 1 million soldiers. That is the army. The Air Force, perhaps 100,000, and the Navy, perhaps 50,000 or 100,000 too, because the nature of the crisis that we have today cannot be resolved by the number of soldiers that we have. Deconstruct the police in such a way that the counter-terrorism do their work without interference from other sections. the financial crime do a serious crime that will monitor drugs and all other crimes do perform their duties, you have a situation where we will not have police clashing over roles or going to places that they are not permitted to go. And it will be important for the president to do this as at yesterday. I do know that people have said and people have raised issues about corruption in the police, corruption in the military. Of course, there will be, because every section of the country is corrupt. So you cannot say the military alone should not be corrupt. That does not justify anyone being corrupt in the military. But there are procedures and there are penalties that the government can choose to impose on those who are corrupt. The fact, however, is that the security agencies in Nigeria are not properly funded, especially the military. The funding is poor. The monitoring and oversight is poor. And of course, because the monitoring and oversight is poor, anything goes. My name is Rimamnde Shawulu. This is The Other Side. What are your thoughts about what the president said? Will 30,000 policemen added to the current pool make any difference? I hold the view that it will just be a drop in the ocean and it will not be of much help. What are your views on it? Let me have your views on the comment section.